All right, everybody. Just waiting to check to make sure we're live. Looks pretty good. Making sure you can all hear me. What are we doing? All right, sounds good. Welcome to the Monday Slimy Quickie again. Slimy Monday Quickie. Anyway, I'll just get through the disclaimer first, as usual. Everything is in video is for general information and educational purposes only. Nothing presented constitutes financial product advice, personal advice, or a recommendation to acquire or deal in any financial products. Any examples are illustrative only and should not be relied upon as indicators of future performance, as past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance. All right, now we've got through that. Let's pop up the charts and see where we're at. So, straight into the trusty 4-screen chart. As you can see, we had a little bit of a drop down through that order block. Been really hoping this, like it's had some good support there. I was really hoping we would actually hold that. And now that we're actually dropped through it, I'm a little concerned, even though I have actually jumped on a couple of short-term longs. You can see on the daily as well. It's a bit shitty because we're got the indicators names crossing over there, but you can see we're now under the 365-day rolling VWAP value area low, and we're also under the developing yearly value area low. We need to move out of here pretty quick, I think. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of problems, and yeah, it's going to be more downside. Hold on, I need to turn off sound. Trading view, it just deafens me. All right, it's going to give me the shit, so I'll turn it all the way off. All right, trading view's muted. Fantastic. Yeah, so I'm really hoping we this was just a bit of a sweep down. We can see we actually swept this previous level down here. So and we got you can see with the profile indicator. Once again, this is the beauty of this indicator. You can see the B profile. Well, you know, the reverse B profile as I have them set up. All the liquidity. Or most of the volume was traded right on that previous line, as you can see there. So a good indication that we went and cleaned up a shitload of stops there, and that is, I guess, what we're looking for. That's this is why I entered here. So I've entered a trade in here. You could have said, yeah, the liquidity hunter was a perfect example there, which is you're looking for this exhaustion where we're driving down. We get this last sweep. You're looking for a strong level. Maybe it lined up with some other things. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and have a look. We also got with a shorter time frame on the 5-minute chart. We got the scalp setups as well. So I'll go through those as well. I did actually enter in here somewhere. I got stopped out, but I'll chat about that a bit later as well. But it's from the high time frame. Oh, geez, we're getting a nice little push now, which is good. High time frames, this is still looking a bit shit. So I drew up this PD array quite some time ago now, and this is the way I like to do them. Once you get a big move like that, just that first move up, and then once it fails over, then I like to draw the array in there like that. So that just gives you a starting point. So if anyone's not really familiar with trying to map out ranges and how to trade them, just give a go to this technique. Basically, you're doing bodies to bodies, but you want this first upward movement until it really fails. So we almost failed there. So we almost drawn it in down there, but because we still got the higher low, kept it moving up there. So then this has been my range to trade off. Obviously, I was trading through here. We got the 8s and 9s that were perfected. She's come down there, bounced off this previous order block, which was I guess a breaker block. So yeah, I've been trading in through here, but now this has kind of come back up, did another swing fail, double top that same highs, same top of the range, and we've come back down. So to be honest, the way this is going, if we don't break through this, we might actually just fall back down to this lower range and be looking for down in the low 80s. But at the moment, we're getting got a nice little drive out of there, which is good. Yeah, look, this is what both of those strategies are really about. So the cipher scalping with the liquidity hunter and just the original liquidity hunter would have got you into trades there as well. Just with some basic rules. So that's what you need to do. Other coins were similar. So there was a lot that was similar to that. I did throw on a few others. Hopefully they'll be slightly higher beta plays than Bitcoin. So I'll probably talk about those in a minute as well. So yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about on the full screen at the moment. So kind of in a bit of a shit spot long in the higher time frame. So hopefully this structure here does break. So this downward trend, a bit of chop through it. So obviously people were making up their minds here. What's the volume like in here? Yeah, so we got a couple of, we did actually get quite a few volume spikes on the down there, and we've just been grinding up ever since. So having this previous, so we're above the 18-day again as well. So 18-day value area low, so we've got back above that. It's been reasonably good for support and resistance, but it's not my favorite for Bitcoin, but is better on the other coins like Ethereum and Solana. Moving on to the 18-day, the 12-hour chart. Look, I can't really say a lot here. This is giving me nothing at the moment. We didn't quite get to that extreme oversold area. We rolled over. I was hoping we'd just have a shallow pullback and then like a nice drive out of here. That was looking good, but yeah, we just rolled over with a bit of a double top there. So I think at the moment, just there's lack of conviction either way. So we're just going to have to sit in this range for a bit and just and see what happens. But yeah, we need to be looking. If this fails here, we might fail hard. So previously I'd been watching some of these and really was hoping for a bit of a retest like this and then come down, but I've got caught out a couple of times now doing that. So just be careful. We might not actually get the retest to confirm. It might just drop straight through. Seems to work better on the upward trends when you get the retest. But yeah, these sort of backside retests, if you get one, then yeah, look at it, but don't expect one, I think is the moral of the story here. So as you can see, I'm just drawn on here. We're still in a sort of downward trajectory here, and to be honest, I would actually prefer if we did drive down here and get like a nice reversal there, which would mean that we get down here to this previous yearly value area high, and you know, putting a proper bottom down here, and reviewing what Dax has been saying as well and chatting to him. I think we'd all like a nice sort of proper bottom here rather than this kind of grinding sideways stuff that's going on. But anything can happen. If we get you know, really good news or something like that, this will just this could just take off. I was really trying to stay inside this range, but it might just roll over. And as you can see, we're not really getting any hints from the 2D9 either. So we got the perfected there, perfected there, perfected there. So it's been fairly consistent on the 12-hour. Sometimes it's a bit better. I always flick between the daily and the better on the daily in a lot of cases. So you can see here, there as well. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I always have that turned on with these high time frames as well, just to know when we're getting a bit exhausted. I guess all the indicators kind of give you a similar sort of thing. So, you know, cipher and double smooth stochastic, they're all kind of lining up fairly well. But the way we're going at the moment, I can see this kind of rolling over, and I think that's going to be a good thing. So just been in this shit period here where we're just getting nothing from these indicators. I'd like to get back to this sort of more cyclical arrangement where we're getting better triggers. You know, we know we're going to reverse when we're up here. We know we're going to reverse when we're down here. When we're just chopping in the middle here, I've got nothing. This is not giving me anything as far as you know, a bit of an insight. And last week, where were we last week? Or here somewhere. I think I was saying that, yeah, this wasn't really giving me anything then either. And I was back testing to try and find a similar situation, and I couldn't really find a similar situation. We've had this sort of massive drawdown, and then we've come up and we've been pissing about like this. So, yeah, it's a bit hard to rely on previous indications when there is no previous situation. So that's where I'm at the moment. So yeah, a lot of uncertainty just here. So we're just chopping along. So just waiting for some better signs. Even if we come down here, come up here, I'm expecting this to be massive resistance here. So we've got, you know, order blocks are here, daily order blocks, all lining up with this. So yeah, I wouldn't get too worried even if this comes down and we move up here and you haven't got in any positions in. Yeah, I'd be waiting to see what happens here anyway. So, yeah, in general, I'll be looking to try and enter this on one of these lows here. And if we can get a setup here where we're getting the double smooth stochastic down there, we get some high volume like here coming in, cipher down here as well, and the 8-hour cipher down there would be fantastic. It'll give us some confidence that we might be able to push on, and if it aligns up with this level, that's what we're looking for. That's what it's all about. So moving on, yeah, you can see we're pushed out of here, so that's pretty good. I haven't got all my indicators on here, so let's. Wasn't the biggest volume candle, but you can see we. Um, oh no, it's not. You can see that we basically, yeah, we got that high volume there, so that's on both of them actually are pretty good. But yeah, this actually lines up with that low level to some extent. What am I on buy bit there? Yeah. So this is good. I'm in a couple of trades, so I'm going to be pretty happy with myself shortly, I think. I did get stopped out earlier, which was a bit annoying. But yeah, I have a bit of a habit of going a bit early. Get a little bit too antsy, especially that time of the morning when I seem to think that everything's going to just be boring after about 10 o'clock my time. But yeah, we're moving on. Anyway, ETH is looking stronger than Bitcoin at the moment, but as you can see, we've got this daily uptrend going. We've just had 3 drives, so this was a great opportunity. Nice swing file there to yeah, exit any positions that you've been in. Depending what happens here, might be some good opportunities to get back in. I actually have bought in spot in here, so I was piling in this morning as well. So with some stops on these candles. So I'm going to keep those positions at the moment and see what happens here. So ETH's driving up as well, so that's really good. It's a good sign, and yeah, that's pretty good, to be honest. As you can see, ETH, we tagged the 30-day rolling. It had been okay as an indicator. You can see we clipped it a few times here. We just ran through it there. There was nothing really to talk of there. We've had some swing files of it here, which have been good signs, but you can see the 18-day there was a bit better. 18 days a bit better there. 18-day provided resistance there. Yeah, broke through there with a massive drop, providing support there. So I'm going to be pretty happy if we can get in here and maybe just do like a little one of them. That will give me sort of some confidence that all my positions that I put in down here are going to hold here. But anyway, that's neither here nor there for you guys at the moment, because if you're not in now, yeah, it gets a bit riskier now, to be honest. Too, so we're going to push up into this level shortly, and might be time to peel a little bit off if you're already in. Otherwise, yeah, it looks pretty good. Just checking some get off my flight. Oh yeah, right. So people were messaging me. So I mentioned I wasn't reading the comments, so I thought I'd better just check in then. So anyway, moving on. 12 hour on the ETH is a bit similar to Bitcoin. Actually, I'm going to just turn a couple of things off here. This is super messy. And it's just going to be really good if we can hold these levels, to be honest. And yeah, just make another higher low if we can keep this this momentum going. This is going to be really good. Like, this is a really good sign. It still is by definition a bear flag though, so we need to be just a little bit cautious. If we lose this trend here, then yeah, we need to be concerned because but unfortunately with these things they normally drop pretty hard, so you don't get to an opportunity really to get out. So yeah, just be cautious of that. We have the double smooth stochastic just keeps bumping off this extreme overbought level, so it's just another thing to be mindful. But most of the big reversals have happened when we've driven up really hard, like right up into this sort of territory here. This was a divergence there, so that was a good indicator that one was rolling over. Once again, we're up into that extreme. This one didn't give us much of a chance. We didn't quite get into the extreme levels, but yeah, you can see that's where you should be trading. And similarly on the bottoms in the extremes with the crosses is where you want to pick up some longs. So at the moment, really, like if this only comes down midway and pushes, then yeah, we might get a scenario like this where we push up, have a really nice drive up here. We could end up, even just up here somewhere pretty quickly without too much trouble. But yeah, it just depends on how bullish everybody is. We're just really in this crazy spot at the moment. The stock market's all a bit all over the place as well. Bitcoin's obviously not looking as good as Ethereum at the moment. Ethereum doesn't look like it's going to have any sort of double bottom scenario. It's just it's really pushing hard. But equally, if we just roll over here, definitely going to be looking for trades down in this area here. So yeah, what's that, 2.6? So around 2.6. And if it does collapse here, that means we'll get our double smooth stochastic way down here too. So that would be really good. But equally, like you can see, we're cooling off. Just with this small down movement, if we chop sideways, this will cool off even some more. So we may actually just get down there just with a couple of little slow bumps, like this, and then go for it. So a lot could happen here, and we're just kind of in the middle of nowhere at the moment. So that's that. Do I have a lower time frame? Yeah, here we go. So you can see the liquidity hunter gave us a couple of good strikes here this morning as well. We bounced off this the 30-day. I would have preferred if that swung that. To be honest, there might have been another level in there. We'll just check this. Developing quarterly. So it actually swung the developing quarterly and this previous level. So that was a pretty good signal to get in. Like I said before, unfortunately, I got a bit too keen. I was on the lower time frames looking at this, thinking we might just have a crack from here from the developing yearly, but it wasn't the case at all. So we came all the way down there. So I got stopped out. It's part of the game. But yeah, to be honest, I got in way down here again anyway, so I've probably already got probably already covered all my stops very nicely. And yeah, can't really complain about that. Shit, I fucked that up. All right, let's have another crack at that. Oh, I've got to turn this body. It's really annoying if you just sometimes with that stuff on. So even if you got in on the close, which I'm always pretty keen to get in earlier than that, then yeah, I'll show you my lower time frame trade anyway. But look, you should be looking for this to maybe move up now that we're back inside these levels. We could get a push quite high from here. Maybe we'll come right back up to here. That would be really nice. Even was it developing quarterly? No area low was developing quarterly. Developing quarterly is right up here. So if we traverse this whole bottom section of the developing quarterly, that would be a really solid move. Um, but yeah, at the moment, very early days. This is still not looking fantastic yet, but if you're already in, you're in, and yeah, happy days. That's about it for the moment. Other than I was going to look at the profile. So profile tool, you can see that that was pretty top heavy. I wonder what it was like on Binance. Let's have a look at Binance. See if we can. Yeah, very similar. So it even though it wicked right down there, there was quite a lot of people. Let's see if we can open interest. So the open interest did drop a bit when we did that. Certainly not as significant as that, but you can see, yeah, that was a lot of stops getting cleared there. So basically, this shows you the drop in open interest as well as the volume, and it's giving you an indication of like how many people. Well, if a sudden drop like this normally means there's been a hunt on some stops, so liquidity's been removed very rapidly. Obviously, if it goes up, then people are adding positions, and yeah, like just as a bit of analysis, you can see here a lot of open interest came in. So this was people just basically piling in longs there. So then over time, it's sort of like dwindled out. So there must have been quite a few people. What's this last night? Not sure why or who was trading on the Sunday afternoons and evenings, but quite often we do get some action at that time. So not really sure what that is or who that is or why that's occurring, to be honest. But yeah, it's getting fairly consistent. As you can see, the big moves here are in the sort of US time slot, so sort of lunchtime or something like that. I think that is. So yeah, it gets a bit crazy there. So, anyway, wait on, what is that? Let's go to New York. See what time zone. So it is 10:30. So it's kind of like very early on in the open. So um, yeah, it's interesting that they always seem to have these, well, not always, but often have crazy moves on a Friday at various times, and then sort of sets this weird weekend range. Hopefully, we can just completely retrace that in one move. That would make me certainly make my day. Now that I'm in, what else? Next chart. Oh, so yeah, we've already spoken about 12 hours. So this is not a perfect example of liquidity hunter. If the volume had been down here, most of the volume, it probably would have been better. If we go to the 15 minutes, a little bit more like the more textbook example where we've got a couple of levels here where the prices it's come down. Um, Most of the volumes occurred at one of these levels here. So these are all people's stops getting whacked, right? So that's why we're drop in open interest. big volume at a certain point, so it's right on this level. So it just shows you that there's just a lot of people stops there, and they I guess the analogy is that somebody pushes the price down to scoop these up. My theory on this is it's just the exchanges like clearing their books, and yeah, that's all it is really. So yeah, they don't want to get caught offside with too many people with open interest in the same direction, so they clean up shop basically. Anyway, going to go on to Solanzo. Um, what is going on here? I need to get rid of some of this shit. I don't know what I'm doing here. Sorry, guys, I didn't really prepare these charts. I'll say that was a really good push out of there as well. I don't know why I've got 15 minutes on there. Let's get rid of that. That's probably why the chart looked like crap. So yeah, we've been in this range as well. So yeah, I haven't really. I've only been sort of scalping Solana lately. It hasn't been sort of like the best performer for me lately. This whole shit fight through here has been pretty nasty. I really got caught offside with a couple of things that I accidentally done with Solana. I had a little bit too much spot on when I should have been in cash up in these upper areas. So yeah, just a bit annoyed I added too much spot to my trading account that I was using for scalping. I bought spot and wasn't really kind of taking much notice of what was going on there. Forgot I had it in there, so I'm a bit pissed about with myself on that. So let's not go into that too much. But anyway, what else have we got on Solanzo? Well, I've got two charts the same. Full screen. Oh, it's two screen. Yeah, right. Yeah, nothing really to say about Solana at the moment, really. We're just stuck in this kind of range. We're not at the low or the high of it. So we're just sort of ticking along here. So yeah, not the best really. Let's go 4 there and 15 here. I started setting up these up as 4 hour and 15. So I draw my range on the 4 hour and then have the 15-minute for the edge conditions. As you can see, we got a similar sort of sweep low here from Solanzo. Really hate that bloody magnet thing. Never does what I want it to do. And get the profile in there. Here you go. Another example, exactly the same thing as before, right? So they push the price down, sweat the liquidity. This is interesting that we're getting much lower cascades down and not having the bigger amount of the profile down here. So my thinking on this is we're getting lots of very large wicks at the moment. I think we are lacking market participants here. I think a few too many market makers got wrecked in that October 10 situation, and they're not stacking the order books here. We just don't have enough people in the order books at the moment, and we're getting these sort of events where it sort of drops down. I wonder what spot looks like for this. Let's go to Bybit. Just so you know too, I've basically changing all my charts to Bybit from Binance. The charts are looking shit on Binance and getting massive wicks on other sort of normally high liquidity coins looking like they have no liquidity. So I don't know what's going on with Binance, but yeah, I'm kind of just deciding that it's not worth charting from them anymore because they're just not giving a consistent result. Whereas Bybit always does. I think they must have a sort of different way to sort of formulate their price other than just going off their straight order book, or they've got shitloads more liquidity than Binance, which considering the numbers that Binance publish compared to Bybit, you would say that's not true, but the charts are telling me that Bybit's got more volume and more liquidity than what Binance does. So whatever's going on with those guys, and as usual, they're both exchanges. They're there to make money out of you, and yeah, so be pretty skeptical of anything that you see. And don't trust any of them, to be honest. Anyway, this is where we're at. So as you can see, another example of the liquidity hunter. We didn't get it oversold. RSI didn't really get down there, so we didn't get the trigger. So that's a bit unfortunate. But as you can see, basically classic sort of method which I would normally teach people. So we've had this. Actually, piss that off. We'll go on a sloping one, right? So we've got some sort of pattern forming here, right? So we've got high, and then high low. We're just starting to either form a range or something, and then it breaks down. So we get one high volume candle and a follow through. So breaks down 1, 2, and then we come up here. Looks like it's gonna sort of sort itself out there. Then they give it one last push here. Clear all these stops that are sitting here. Clear out any liquidity that might be there. You could say that probably happened here as well. This is the weekend range, so you've got this, yeah, so you've got this whole weekend range. So anybody trading in this weekend range, you know, if they bought here, they're putting their stops in there somewhere. These guys bought here, put their stop in there, and then you've got all this liquidity sitting here and stuff like that. So once they've cleared that one, they've still got the liquidity there. Once we start trading again, you know, Sunday afternoon is when everybody seems to wake up again. I'm not sure what that is. As I said before, the first thing they do is just wreck all those people. Big high volume candle, smash through some liquidity, clean it up. Then we just sort of had this follow through run down here. So once the structure's broken, it just starts ranging down there. Then it get one last final sweep that liquidity, and we get the push. And depending on how keen you are to get in, then yeah, you might have been able to sense that was happening and get some lower prices. That's about it with that one. Full screen. To be honest, we're just going sideways here, and it's just dependent on Bitcoin at the moment. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about that other than we're just ranging here. We're at the bottom of the range here practically, so we could just range up. As I was saying, the 4 hour. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Let's see what we can work out how to draw a range in here. Yeah, it's just way too choppy to even say where you would draw the range from. Now that it's actually formed, you definitely could say, well, which is extremely annoying, I know, for everybody, right? You could say, well, that's obviously the range now. But how do you draw that in the beginning? So, like I said before, you have a big move down. The first bounce on the 4 hour, wherever that rolls over, then that becomes your range, and then you start flipping over to the 15-minute chart and sort of look where that might be. So in this case, if you want to draw the range on both charts, I'd do this. I'd go draw my range in there, drop back to the 15. And then start looking for the swings. So as you can see, so that's part of the range, right? So you can't have traded any part of that, right? Because you're just drawing the range. But once it got down here, you can see, okay, we're down at the bottom of the range. We get these sort of bottoming structure here, so kind of like a double bottom, a bit of an ugly sort of double bottom, but we definitely got this swing there, right? So probably can't really see that very well, but you can see we open interest, big change in open interest there. Why is that so? It's because that big candle there, right? So anyway, there was quite a movement in open interest there. Sorry, I just drew straight over the top of it. Right there. Cypher's also saying, hey, we're down down this oversold area. Big volume came in here. I'm not sure why that's why did the liquidity hunter not trigger on that? Not sure. Don't know why that happened. That should have given us. We've got everything turned on. Yeah, sorry, I had the. Oh, it's still not showing. Not going to talk about that now. I don't know. I'll have to look at more closely. Don't want to waste your time looking at that. But the fact that none of them are triggering, kind of, I've done something with the indicator. I'll look at later. Anyway, that should have given us the trigger, and then you can yeah, place your trade. So that would have been a good trade, but unfortunately, once again, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so we're not getting any of that. You could have said, oh, this was a nice inverse head and shoulders as well, right? Oops, freehand drawings, pretty shit. So yeah, you could have entered that on the forming of this right shoulder or even this break, anything like that. I completely missed this one. I did actually map it out and then just completely forgot about it. So I was a bit annoyed with that as usual. Not paying attention to the charts. At least I'm in here though, right? So we're not at the bottom of the range, but yeah, we're getting a little pump out of here, which is good. Yeah, all right, I won't repeat any more of that stuff. Let's go to some scalp. So, good thing is we got this CME gap above. I'm hoping we maybe do one of these and then swing fail that tonight, something like that. So, yeah, I've got in here pretty tight. So I'm going to probably take a little bit off the table shortly. What the fuck is the problem? Oh, sorry, something just happened with OBS. I was freaking out. Anyway, here we go. So we didn't quite. So even though we got the trigger, we didn't actually sweep this level. So one thing to be cautious of. So just because that triggers, if it has no good reason to trigger, then yeah, maybe just rethink what position size you're putting on. If just go a bit smaller. The fact that we had this strong level here, right? So you've got this massive wick down here, and we didn't quite touch that there on this initial trigger. So then, like this is like a magnet to it, right? So then we did actually get that push down. You can see the volume that's come in there. And I'll turn this off so we can see more clearly. You got the volume that's come in there, and this is the classic B shape. Swing fail of that level, beautiful. We had open interest. We had the liquidity hunter triggering. Everything's all lining up very nicely, but you can see there was a divergence on that. So, oh shit, sorry. Oops, what am I doing? So price went lower, ciphers up higher, right? So that's divergent. So divergences are excellent to trade with this style, right? So even if you got stopped out on this one, which I did, I was getting in a little bit too early. I thought actually I ended up entering it in here somewhere. I was super keen. So that didn't even trigger, right? So I shouldn't have been. I wasn't using this particular style. Wasn't following the rules. Wasn't doing anything. I just thought, oh, it's swept, and I'll give it a go. So once we started moving down here, and then we got this better candle, better volume, everything. I entered in there. So even if you did that, even if you waited for close on that one. We are now sitting at 3 0.6R. So that's a good trade. I might stop and take some off shortly. It's still driving high though, so maybe I can sometimes be a little bit keen to take money off the table. Yeah, but anyway, let's have a look at the 15. So 15 was similar. You could have traded this on the 15 as well, and been pretty happy with that too. So you can see the ciphers fixed time frame. So this is the hourly, I believe. Yep, hourly. Good indication that we're bottoming here, right? You've got the hourly cipher cross right down here. Well and truly oversold, right? Um, and 15-minute open interest. Let's go to that. You can see the action that we're getting here. Right? So that's a big spike. This is not quite as big as this one, but hefty. Like that was a big move, right? So we got a similar sort of open interest shift just in that small area. So you can see they really did hunt some stops there. This gives it that opportunity then to move up and without sort of all that interest open. Anyway, that's Biddy. ETH was exactly the same. Once again, got in way too early. Got the second trigger on this one, which was good. But as you can see, we were divergent again. So I just entered in again. So this was a big divergence. Yeah, we went real deep down there. So I actually got some really good entries down here because I was watching it and picking up whatever I could. Actually throwing spot here too. So that's been good. Quite a heavy amount of spot. Which I got very concerned about when I was listening here. But anyway, we moved up a bit. I might actually peel a bit of that off now. Probably made a few $1,000s just in my spot trade already, at least I think. So that might be good. And as before, like with the higher time frames, I'm not super confident we're going to drive that hard. Also got into Solanzo. And yeah, same thing. You can see here on the 30-minute. So if you're wondering why I'm doing these split screens now, which I'd kind of gone away from, is just so I can get this high time frame on the screen for you guys. So normally I would just split through the different times and draw some lines, but it's a bit easier for me to explain to you when I've got everything on the chart at the same time. So once again, we've got some divergence on the lower time frames of the cipher. Got this massive divergence here on the price. We wicked down through this super strong level here, and let's put the profile on. Let's see where we're at. Is that going to give me that one? Yeah, it does. Yeah, so you can see stacks of volume pushed in there. It might just be the wrong time. Yeah, so sometimes when you're on a different time frame, you don't get the same sort of indication because you're sort of splitting it over these two time frames and they're in very different positions. So even though that's a small amount of volume, it still kind of can push the profile up a bit higher. Once again, you can see the value of a profile tool like the candle profile tool, where you can actually see where the point of control is exactly on that area where the liquidity would be from that previous low. So once again, analogy is that once everybody starts putting their bets on through here, stops are down here. If it was on a higher time frame, it's probably even more obvious, right? So anyone that's anyone that's on the 4-hour chart here, right? So maybe they saw this, went, oh, okay, we're going to move up here. They chuck in an order there, and they go, yeah, rightio, I'll put my stop below the previous low, and yeah, I'll just this is I'm going to hold it forever, right? And then they think, so those stops are right there, and then the exchange and market makers and other people know this, You and I know this, so they definitely know this. So if we know it, everybody knows it, right? There's nothing new in this game. So they know the liquidity is there. The exchange has the benefit of knowing exactly where the liquidity is. If you think they're not protecting themselves against a massive move with heaps of liquidity sitting under there, then you are wrong. So basically, they push it down to clear these stops. So as we saw before, there'd be people that put their stops in there, and then they pushed it down and swept it, and that's how we get that. Equally, people were shorting through here, right? You can see this double top. This is a natural spot for everybody to be packing in their stops here and here, right? These just aren't lines on a chart, people. These are things. This is the way they do it, right? So here we go. If we drive up to here, there's going to be liquidity sitting above here, right? And above here. So anybody that's been shorting and has put their stops there and now haven't closed, their stops are still sitting there. So, it's the middle of the day here for me, but everybody in the US is in bed. So all these guys left their trades open overnight and there's liquidity there. So the idea is that we drive up here, we'll get a swing fail here, right? The liquidity, we'll get the B-shaped profile either there or both. It might be fast enough that it sweeps the whole lot, so you just get one big, it'd be P-shape in this case, right? Reverse B's and reverse P's. And then, that could be it. Equally, it might peter out beforehand. That depends on who's driving the market at the moment. Depends how many people are sort of getting excited. If we've got some reason to push hard, then we might just naturally just push straight through that. If we've got no reason to be up there, maybe it's the market makers and everybody pushing that. So then that's what you kind of get. So yeah, look, at the moment, I'm not sure where this is going to go. I'm going to peel off a bit, probably here. See what happens. And if it gets up here, I'm going to be waiting to see if this swing fails or does something. And you've also got, so you've got the developing VWAP level here as well. There's probably some other level here, rolling VWAPs or something that's going to go and coincide with that as well. Yeah, look, you've got everything up here. You've got the 7, 30, and 18-day VWAPs. Whether we push all the way into them or just tag them or we just swing this, doesn't really matter. These are things you got to look for. See what happens. So that's where we are at the moment. As you can see, though, this is one of the other parts of the rules. Like if you get in on a good positioning down here, once we get the 5-minute, well oversold like this, a really good time to take a bit off the table because that's a pretty good indication. So you can even see we're above the level here where we rolled over. We're above the level here. Oh no, we're not quite. That's once you're up in this extreme overbought area, good idea just to peel a little bit off. And yeah, look, that's you put a bit in the bank. If this swing fails right here on the 7-day, moves back into EMAs or something like that, or moves back here onto the 18-day rolling, you might want to think about re-entering. But then you've made yourself a bit of money there, right? So it might only be a small percentage here. So it's almost 1%, right? So maybe you make almost 1% out of that, but you've banked a bit, and then you're adding to your position again. So yeah, all these things are valid. So now that I'm in the trades, I can now just manage these and don't need to start looking for something else, which is always refreshing. Sui, I haven't been trading Sui that much. I just keep getting wrecked. So, but I did notice it is starting to improve. So I might start looking for these, right? So exact same trade, right? So In this case, it wasn't divergent. You would have got stopped and had to enter again. But to be honest, that's not big, right? So maybe I wouldn't have entered there. I would have been waiting for a bigger candle. But yeah, look, buy signal. We've had the open interest shift, which is great. You know, we've basically, if you look on the, if we go to, sorry, that wasn't open interest. That was the volume. Volume. And oh yeah, we've had a bit of whipsaw going on here. So we had actually increase in volume there. So this might have actually been people shorting. I didn't really do a lot of analysis on this one. See, once again, we've got the exact same scenario where we've had a level, they've pushed it down to that level, we've tagged, but what have we tagged here? Tagged the quarterly. Nice. So we tagged the developing quarterly value area low. We got a 1 hour. Is that a 1 hour? 1 hour cipher also got the got that happening there as well. Ah, looks like Sui was probably the best trade and I didn't take it. Here we go. I would have entered in here. Oh no, it's about the same as what the ETH one was. Anyway, so that's how I like to do it. It's been a bit inconsistent lately. A lot more of these ones where I'm getting stopped and then get the divergence. So yeah, be cautious of that, especially if you've got levels like this, where you've got a big level down here and down here too, right? So if we were moving, if this kind of just wasn't so violent and was just moving down here and we crossed through that, then you would be going, well, we've got this level right here. So you want to just be very cautious whether you still take the trade and only put in smaller size or whether you just wait. That's completely up to you. That's part of the game. You need to make those decisions for yourself. But yeah, this is actually the classic liquidity hunter rules, which would have got you in here as well. So not only the cipher scalping, but also same thing, liquidity hunter. So there you have the high volume with the oversold conditions. Got the little trigger. Normal rules are you wait for that to close. That would have closed, and then you would get in there. But your R would be much lower on this. So considering what's going on here, I might actually leave my trades on. Don't normally get them coinciding like that, so might be a little bit more momentum in this yet. Anyway, I'm going to close up this stream and have a long, hard think about that. Oh, I was going to talk about this one as well. It was a bit messy over the weekend. I did short this and then got completely wrecked. Well, not completely wrecked, but I should have taken more off the table. It came back and double topped. Another swing fail, same level. So there you go. Yeah, just watch out with the shit coins. They can do these double taps all the time, and that was yeah, quite a decent. Could have ended up quite a decent one, sort of 5-6 hour trade. What else has been good today? Yeah, look, everything's giving alerts on the 30-minute. Could have traded any of these. Check the rules in my channel in Discord if you don't understand the liquidity hunter or the cipher scalping trade techniques, and yeah, ask any questions that you need to because I'm always around. Yeah, Biddy's having a crack. Good work, Mondo. Sand, everybody's the same. These guys don't have the same. Normally, I'd be looking for them to sweep some level, right? So Ethereum, Solana, Sui, Bitcoin, they all had a dip down there, which created that level. These ones don't, right? So I wouldn't be trading this. It just like it's the same as this level, right? It's just nowhere. Like even that one was, yeah, it wasn't enough, right? So yeah, just follow the rules with that one, and sometimes you've got apply a bit more higher time frame analysis to it to get a better feel for them. But that's the game of trading, right? You can't be super robotic on these things. You want to have some clear rules that you work around, and then add a little bit of nuance when things are happening. Yeah, just looking back, none of these would have been great. I did enter Pith. Yeah, sorry, I was actually meant to talk about Pith. What else? There was another one I entered as well. I can't remember what it was now. Maybe it was Near. Yeah, Near and Pith, I think I did. Maybe Mana. I mapped out Gala, as you can see. So another example here, we're driving down, we get the swing fail of that level, we get the high volume come in right on that strong level. Do we have another level? Oh yeah, we have more level lower. So it can always be a bit scary when you've entering like this, but you can see they pushed it real hard to get into there, and you can see, look, this down, 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 and they finally get it. So on the first drive down, if you sweep a level like this, like, yeah, don't get too excited. Once you sort of get this momentum going, and then you get, I guess it's exactly like a bump and run. So if you know what bump and runs are, this is a bump and run. You're just getting a few more indications that we're going to reverse, right? So it's this kind of crescendo of volume coming in, price actions moving really hard, and yeah. Sushi was another one I looked at this morning. Dipped right through that level, so not a classic setup. You might have got in there. Yeah, you probably would have tried to get in there. Would have got wrecked. Oh, sorry about the cough. But that's the way it is. How about we have a look at a couple more? You can just if you're sick of seeing these, just drop off now. I'll just keep looking at these anyway, because there's some cracking examples here that I probably should use for some trading. Sort of some educational videos. That's no good. Gala was a good one. BTC was the other good one. Solanzo, another good one. Tau was a good one. Missed that. Oh, look at that. Straight off the 18 days. So let's go here. Yeah, so you can see exactly like a bump and run, right? So you're coming down, you get the push down, and that's the bump, right? That bit's the bump, and that's the run. So look, these are just classic trading styles that have been around forever. The indicators just give you a little bit more confidence. You've come into a level. You've got the trigger which says, hey, something's happened here. You get the change in open interest. So yeah, if you don't have this open interest indicator, let me know, because it's hard to apply these across everybody. So I just try to sort of apply it to as many people as I can, and anybody that watches my videos and then asks about it, I'll sort them out until I can sort of properly go through and update everybody. Normally try and time it with a few. Once I've had 2 or 3 extra indicators added, I'll try and get through everybody, but it's a severely tedious process thanks to trading views, lack of interest in making it easier for anybody. I really should write these down. Here we go. I'm going to go to my shortlist. Piss these ones off. So the other thing you can do is, what I do is I set up a one that you're just going to look at like this, just like for ones that you want to look at immediately. So I call this short-lived. So if I'm scanning coins that might be good, they become the short-lived. So I might have another list that I'm looking at, or looking at the alerts. And then if you Alt W, it's a little hotkey that will just whack whatever chart you're on into your list, and you can go back to your alerts, open up another alert. This one looks good. No, it doesn't look good. I'm just going to put all these in because I want to look at them later and provide training videos. So ETH in there as well. BTCs needs to go in there. Ronan, poor old Ronan. Hey? Always had high hopes for Ronan. Yeah, so just go through your alerts and then have the list that you want to throw them into, and then all you need to do is do Alt W, and it puts them in there for you. So that's what I do, and that way I can just go back and just so quickly scan through them all and do this. Like, so if I'm getting stacks of alerts coming in, I'll just churn through them and then find the ones like this. So, oh, that's big. Bloody hell. I was hoping it was going to be something. Yeah, they've all had a nice little run, haven't they? Ondo, not a fantastic example. Sand wasn't a good example. Sushi, I think, was a good one. Not really. I'll put that in as a failed example. That one's a good fail example. Let's see, Brett. Brett didn't make it. Needed that one. Rose, no. Pith was the other one. Pop Pith in there. And yeah, that's about it. Nia. I've thrown a trade on Nia as well. Gala was good too. Did I already put Gala in? SDG, it's always been a favourite of mine. No idea what the coin's about. Didn't do what I wanted it to do. Arrow. Shit. Render. Litecoin. Aave. Ooh, Aave was a good one. So here you can see we had a couple of levels across here which all got taken. Yeah, not as clean as some of the other ones. So like, I guess if you're going to say that that's a strong level, you don't you want it to have moved up away from that level without all these shenanigans going on. Because yeah, like the amount of liquidity that would be sitting under these levels gets less and less, just because you've already had so much time. So people have moved their stops, they've closed orders, they've been screwing around. So this is back from last week. Um, so like as I explained before, the theory, if you're entering here somewhere and you put in your orders in, um, then if this comes down to here, then it's likely to sweep that level because there's people are leaving their stop there and letting their orders run. But once we've had this kind of chop, 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 I guess there's an argument that they're still sitting there. But it's only the high time frame people. Some lower time frame people have already done what they've had to do. So yeah. But anyway, that level did get swept. So you could probably say that that analogy's still there. So did we get a high volume? Didn't get the greatest volume in there. So maybe if we went to a different, if we went to Bybit. Yeah, so Bybit has got more liquidity than Binance in this case. So once again, this is why I'm swapping over to Bybit. So Binance didn't give us anything. If I go back, can I go back? yeah, so Binance, like bugger all volume. It's just flat as, right? There's hardly any change. We go to Bybit perps, then we get the trigger. Um, we got a sweep of that level there. That's the one. Oh, no, it's not. Maybe this here. Yeah, that's sort of lining up, and this one down here. So yeah, once again, we're moving down, like we've broken whatever this is, right? So then we're in a downtrend. So down, down, and then just in this case, it just straight bled out. Had a little bounce there and then down. So not exactly three drives. There's not really the, there's not the drive and the big volume, the drive and big volume there, but we didn't exactly get three drives out of that one. Look at that nice tag of the daily 7 day rolling and lining up very nicely with that level there. So that if you're in this trade, that would have been a perfect spot to take some off the table. It still is, to be honest, if you've managed to get in that spot. Anyway, I'm going to chuck that one in my list as well. I might do some training videos for everyone today and talk about this because I've got some great examples for you. So been waiting for some really good ones to really demonstrate exactly how this all works and bring it together, and we've just been super choppy lately, so I haven't been able to do much. But anyway, that's about it. I've dragged on for quite some time now, and yeah, so good luck, happy trading, and yeah, happy hunting, I think I sometimes say. It's always a good analogy. Anyway, thanks everyone. I'll speak to you next time. Bye.